হৃদয় গোমুখী হইতে করুণা গঙ্গা বহিয়া যায়। এসো ছুটে এসো, কে আছো মানব শুষ্ক কণ্ঠ পিপাসায়। বঙ্গুর হৃদয় গোমুখী হইতে করুণা গঙ্গা বহিয়া যায়। এসো ছুটে এসো, কে আছো মানব শুষ্ক কণ্ঠ পিপাসায়। বঙ্গুর হৃদয় গোমুখী হইতে ব্যর্থ বাসনা অনল দহন সহিলে কত না জনম মরণ। ব্যর্থ বাসনা অনল দহন সহিলে কত না জনম মরণ। আলেয়ার সাথে ছুটিতে ছুটিতে, আলেয়ার সাথে ছুটিতে ছুটিতে শ্রমজ সলিলে সিক্ত কায়। স্নিগ্ধ সলিলে বারিক ডুবিলে, স্নিগ্ধ সলিলে বারিক ডুবিলে সকল জ্বালা জুড়াবে তাই। বঙ্গুর হৃদয় গোমুখী হইতে করুণা গঙ্গা বহিয়া যায়। এসো ছুটে এসো, কে আছো মানব শুষ্ক কণ্ঠ পিপাসায়। বঙ্গুর হৃদয় গোমুখী হইতে জাহ্নবীর তীরে তৃষ্ণা কাতর অন্ধ যে জন খোঁজে সরোবর। জাহ্নবীর তীরে তৃষ্ণা কাতর অন্ধ যে জন খোঁজে সরোবর। রাম কৃষ্ণ পুত গঙ্গা, রাম কৃষ্ণ পুত গঙ্গা ব্রহ্মানন্দ সাগরে ধায়। হোক অবসান ব্যর্থ প্রয়াণ, হোক অবসান ব্যর্থ প্রয়াণ। এসো ছুটে এসো ধরি গোপায়। বঙ্গুর হৃদয় গোমুখী হইতে করুণা গঙ্গা বহিয়া যায়। এসো ছুটে এসো, কে আছো মানব শুষ্ক কণ্ঠ পিপাসায়। বঙ্গ হৃদয় গৌমুখী হইতে করুণা গঙ্গা বহিয়া যায়।
Now, Buddhadev will read from Swamiji's complete works. মাইকটা অল্প সামনে চলে আসতে পারো, এখানে
So many of you may know that Swami Vivekananda hardly spoke about Sri Ramakrishna in the West. So here's a rare occurrence. I will read from my master. He gave this talk in 1896, half of it in New York and then in London, England. So here Swamiji says about Sri Ramakrishna, his master and guru. The other idea of my master's life was intense love for others. The first part of my master's life was spent in acquiring spirituality, and the remaining years in distributing it. People in our country have not the same customs as you have in visiting a religious teacher or a sannyasin. Somebody would come to ask him about something. Some, perhaps, would come hundreds of miles walking all the way just to ask one question, to hear one word from him. Tell me, one word for my salvation. That is the way they come. They come in numbers unceremoniously to the place where he is mostly to be found. They may find him under a tree and question him. And before one set of people has gone, others have arrived. So, if a man is greatly revered, he will sometimes have no rest, day or night. He will have to talk constantly. For hours people will come pouring in, and this man will be teaching them. So men came in crowds to hear him, and he would talk 20 hours in the 24, and that not for one day, but for months and months, until at last the body broke down under the pressure of this tremendous strain. His intense love for mankind would not let him refuse to help even the humblest of the thousands who sought his aid. Gradually, there developed a vital throat disorder, and yet he could not be persuaded to refrain from these exertions. As soon as he heard that people were asking to see him, he would insist upon having them admitted and would answer all their questions. When expostulated with, he replied, "I do not care. I will give up 20,000 such bodies to help one man. It is glorious to help even one man." There was no rest for him. Once a man asked him, "Sir, you are a great yogi. Why do you not put your mind a little on your body and cure your disease?" At first, he did not answer. But when the question had been repeated, he gently said, My friend, I thought you were a sage, but you talk like other men of the world. This mind has been given to the Lord. Do you mean to say that I should take it back and put it upon the body, which is but a mere cage of the soul? So my master went on preaching to the people, and the news spread that his body was about to pass away, and the people began to flock to him in greater crowds than ever. You cannot imagine the way they come to these great religious teachers in India, how they crowd around them and make gods of them while they are yet living. Thousands wait simply to touch the hem of their garments. It is through this appreciation of spirituality in others that spirituality is produced. Whatever man wants and appreciates, he will get. And it is the same with nations. If we go to India and deliver a political lecture, however grand it may be, you will scarcely find people to listen to you. But just go and teach religion. Live it, not merely talk it. And hundreds will crowd just to look at you, to touch your feet. When the people heard that this holy man was likely to go from them soon, they began to come around him more than ever, and my master went on teaching them without the least regard for his health. We could not prevent this. Many of the people came from long distances, and he would not rest until he had answered their questions. While I can speak, I must teach them, said my master. And he would say, and he was as good as his word. One day, he told us that he would lay down the body that day, and repeating the most sacred word of the Vedas, my master entered into samadhi and passed away. Here in Sri. I welcome revered Swami Kripamayananda ji at our San Jose house. I am grateful to Swami Kripamayananda ji because Swami Kripamayananda ji has kindly accepted our invitation and kindly agreed to deliver a talk on a very important spiritual aspect at our San Jose house. I think this is Swami Kripamayananda ji's first time visit to our San Jose house. Am I correct, Maharaj? Yes. So this is the first time visit of Swami Kripamayananda ji's the San Jose house. So I am grateful. Yesterday, whole day Swamiji was in Shanti Ashram. He delivered talk. And then this morning, he came to Berkeley Center and he delivered a talk. And now, he is in our San Jose house.
and will be delivering a talk. So I am really grateful and offer my pranam to Swami Kripamayananda ji. Swami Kripamayananda ji is the minister of our Vedanta Society of Toronto. He joined this Ramakrishna order in 1976. He received his monastic vow in 1986. After joining the order, he served in Vidyapit, Purulia as a chief superintendent. Those who have not known about the Vidyapit Purulia, it is one of the extremely prestigious and excellent school in West Bengal and in India. It has the record for successive giving in secondary. Successively they gave 2 first in successive years. So Maharaj was there as a chief superintendent, and you know, chief superintendent is a very responsible role there, because in the dorms there is no parents, no father, no mother. So the Swamis, they have to perform the role of father and mother both in the dorms. So Maharaj was there. After that, he became the headmaster of Asansol High School in our Asansol center. That is also very prestigious and excellent, very big center and very prestigious school. In 2003, Swami Kripamayananda ji came to Canada and at Toronto Center as an assistant Swami. And in that very year, he became the minister in charge of the Toronto Center. So we are very happy that Swami Kripamayananda ji has kindly come to our center, both Berkeley and San Jose, and agreed to deliver talk on a very important spiritual subject, that is simplicity as a spiritual practice. You know, Sri Ramakrishna as a doctor, spiritual doctor, he prescribed. You know, the doctors, they prescribe medicine. Number 1, this is the medicine. Second, this is the medicine. Just like a spiritual doctor, Sri Ramakrishna prescribed in a bullet point few things. One of that list, all are very important in our spiritual life. One of the items in that list is simplicity. Very rarely we give emphasis on this aspect in spiritual practice. We try to perform our spiritual practice on pranayama, anulama, vilama, yoga, etc. But simplicity is a very important aspect of our spirituality. Sri Ramakrishna again and again, he reminded us that simplicity, childlike simplicity, he gave different examples. So the simplicity is one of the very important spiritual practices. And Swami will speak on this aspect, simplicity as spiritual practice. I request Swami Kripamayananda ji.
Good evening, friends. Thank you, Prasannaatmananji, for your kind words and for inviting me to Berkeley and San Jose. As he told you just now, it's my first visit to San Jose. The Silicon Valley, center of all IT, we all know. All the IT companies are around San Jose. That is one aspect we all know all over the world. But another aspect that I knew today, it is also one of the center of music and songs. Wonderful songs. The two devotees, one conducted the prayer, another sang here the song, such a beautiful, with the feeling rousing, and the love for Thakur just flowing from her heart. The song was, the spiritual current, the spiritual Ganga is flowing from the heart of Bengal to deluge the whole world. That is Sri Ramakrishna Bhava. But the devotion was flowing from her heart and touching all of us. And also, San Jose's beautiful flowers. When after the worship, when Swami Prasannaatmananji asked me to go and offer flowers, huge roses, beautiful, multicolored. They are also very much in this San Jose area. There is one more thing in San Jose area that I find. This hall, this room, on Sunday evening, next day we have to go to work, hall full of the devotees, pure-hearted devotees of God, coming to listen some talk, some prayer, some songs. This can be done only when we are simple and pure-hearted. Simplicity already is there in our heart. So that one we find all in San Jose. Thank you, Maharaj, for inviting me and giving me an opportunity. And this beautiful topic was chosen by Swamiji himself. Prasannaatmananji suggested, what about your giving talk on simplicity as a spiritual practice? Sri Ramakrishna emphasized simplicity very much. And he said, simplicity comes as a result of good karmas in past life. It is the carried over of our spiritual practices in our past lives. And our attitude in this life is simple. God is simple. In one of the sects, God is called Sahaja, says Sri Ramakrishna. Sahaja means simple. In the Bhagavad Gita, about the knowledge, a list of qualities of the knowledge is given. It says, Amanitvam, Adambhitvam, Ahimsa, Kshantirarjavam, Acharyo Pasanam Shaucham, Stairyam Atma Vinigraha. And there are other 4 verses continuous giving the qualities of knowledge. This is Jnanam, and whatever is not here, it is Ajnanam. And we all hanker for knowledge, because knowledge is power, knowledge is strength, knowledge is the cry of our soul, knowledge gives us freedom. In this you have heard the word Kshantirarjavam, comes from 2 words, Kshanti and Arjavam. Kshanti comes from Kshama, forgiveness, that is knowledge, and Arjavam, Rijuta, simplicity, no crookedness, that is a knowledge part. When we have that, we are fit to attain knowledge. There are other qualities in that verse, continue it goes. Simplicity is the quality or condition of being plain or natural. It is being free from pretense and guile. Nothing being made. Whatever you are, you just express that without any fear or any hesitation or any other motive, just what you are, that you show, no pretense of anything. Such persons are very much loved by all. They are dear to everyone because they are pure in heart. Simplicity cannot be there until we are pure in heart and we love everyone. Then we can become simple. For spiritual growth, three things that are very important are simplicity or guilelessness. Often you find, if you read the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, he lays emphasis on few things. One is purity. Another is sadhu sangha, or company of holy, or company of purity. Another is guilelessness, simplicity, as Swami also told. If you have these, you will grow in spiritual awareness. You will attain the thing that we all strive from life to life. Spiritual awareness, spiritual awakening is such attitude that we are striving since we have taken birth in this world. Maybe we say that we had 84,000 lives according to Hinduism. From the very first life we are striving to attain that realization of ourself, realization of God. We could not do, then we are striving that and getting another birth, higher birth. Perhaps first birth of us was bacteria. Then slowly we are evolving. Then human being, striving, knowingly or unknowingly, because we all want freedom. We all want knowledge. We want life. We want immortality. We want immortal bliss. All that comes when we realize God. That is our goal, from life to life. Until we get that, we will be reborn again and again. When a student is admitted to some school and appears the exam, mostly succeed, some do not succeed. What happens? They have to repeat. Similar is our case. Until we pass and get that knowledge, God will make us repeat the thing. Maybe not in this body, but next body, next year, next time, next place, will be always have to come. And ultimately, we all will attain freedom by gaining the knowledge of our true self. And in that birth, we will be all simple, direct, plain, no pretense. So this is a quality of highly evolved spiritual person. Now if evolved spiritual person have this simplicity in their character, can we imitate that simplicity? Can we want to inculcate that simplicity so that we can progress in this life? That is the question. It is a kind of our habit, our makeup. People are simple very much by their conduct and quality. And to inculcate that is difficult, but if we tend and try to be spiritual, simplicity will automatically come. Purity will automatically come. That is one, simplicity. What is the next thing that is important, very important for a spiritual life? Life of self-effacement. Nothing for me, but everything for other. How will this happen? We all are individual beings. We all think only my comfort, my goodness, my health, my spiritual progress, and there is the self-effacement. You don't think for yourself, and it says that is very sine qua non for spiritual progress. How will this happen? Only when we have the idea of oneness of humanity, oneness of life, oneness of universe, that when we are established or we have somehow got into the idea of oneness, unity, Advaita, then only we can have self-effacement and do everything for others. Swami Vivekananda said, Self-effacement is so important. Even those who try to be ahead in the race in life, they cannot be free. Even when there is the time when you have attainment of God, realization of God, if there are two persons trying that and only one person can have, can you set yourself back and let other person go ahead of you? Do you have so much of self-effacement? Then you will be realizing God. There is one beautiful story from Islamic world. Two persons were going to Hajj in Kaaba. It was not the time when we have cars and flights. They had to travel long, many weeks through desert. Hard, very difficult time. When they just approached close to Kaaba, next day they would reach there. Previous day, they heard from a village a cry, a wailing. Someone was needing some help. There was some bereavement. One of the friends said, "My heart is feeling the ache of that person's wailing. I want to go and help that household in the village nearby." Other friend said, "We are near the God's place and you are being diverted from that. What can I say? If we should finish for what we have come. We have come to approach the place of God, Kaaba." But he said, "I can't do that, I have to go." Friend went to the village, another friend went straight to Kaaba. Next day when he reaches Kaaba, the one who had gone straight, to his surprise he finds his friend is ahead of him circumambulating that holy place. He had gone to that village, helping someone in distress. That is what sacrifice is. That is what self-effacement is. That is what is helping others is in the feeling of oneness. The one who serves others reaches God earlier, quickly. That's what Swami Vivekananda taught. Atmano mokshartham may be your goal. But that can be attained with only Jagat Hitaya. Can you serve your fellow human beings in this world? Do good to them? Then you will approach God closely. Self-effacement will take you closer to the divine. The third thing that is very important in spiritual progress is purity of heart. This also is simplicity. You don't have any contamination in your thought. All is purity, love, serenity, and goodwill for everyone. This is a sign of, you can say, purity, you can say sign of simplicity. Purity and simplicity go together, obverse and reverse of a coin. So as I was saying about Arjavam, the quality that is spoken by the Gita, and this is Amanitvam, Adambhitvam. What are the other qualities? Humbleness, freedom from hypocrisy, non-violence, forgiveness, service to the Guru, cleanliness of body and mind, etc., including the simplicity, are the sign of knowledge. And there are other things also elaborately said. Everything, if it is done, all come together. When one is simple in his or her behavior and attitude, he will have all these things. Forgiving, serving the Guru, cleanliness, all will come together. Good qualities all come together. Swami Swahananda was the head of our Berkeley Center. In fact, he is the one who founded this San Jose Center in 1975. One Swami of our order asked him, "Maharaj, you are such a wonderful writer, organizer, orator. People love you and you love everyone. How could you be so great in your life? Ideal monk you are. What do you do? What is the secret of your success as a monastic life? Inspiring people, loving everyone, accepting all." That was the quality of Swami Swahananda. And the monk thought he would say, I do this for this thing, I do this for that thing. For oratory, I need practice in front of mirror. For writing, I read lot of books. And for being together with the people, I mix them and I try to understand them. He said nothing of that. What was his answer? If you love Thakur, if you love Sri Ramakrishna, all these qualities automatically come. Love God, and all these qualities come. Simplicity, forgiveness, love for everyone, purity, all will come when we love God. And when we are pure and simple, we can love God. Go together. So, being simple, changing our quality is difficult, but trying to love God is easy. What we need to do to love God? There are some spiritual practices that our teacher says. Do japam, do prayer, sing some songs. If you can't sing, voice is not good like we heard now, you listen the songs. Try to listen and dive into the meaning of the song. Even very music is so much soul stirring, fulfilling, that gives us spiritual awareness. See the puja, how Swami was doing puja today, beautifully. After that I went and he asked me to offer flowers. After he had done puja and Khandana was done, I looked at Sri Ramakrishna's eyes. This is your temple, Thakur is sitting there, and I felt he is looking at me. Opened eyes, those are clear. Thakur's picture are everywhere, their eyes are not clear. San Jose house had that beautiful picture of Sri Ramakrishna. When you go just bowing down and getting up, don't do that. Look at his eyes and you will find from him the grace coming, the purity coming and it engulfing you. That is the power of the eyes of Sri Ramakrishna. There's a beautiful poem by a famous Bengali poet called Bonopur. Those who know Bengali, they might be knowing. It says, what I see from Sri Ramakrishna's eyes, what are they speaking? And he doesn't say about spirituality, he is a man of literature. He says, I find Sri Ramakrishna is giving strength. Whatever you want to achieve in the world, you will achieve. You have that power. I am there behind you. God has given you that inside. Strive for that. You want to achieve spirituality, you will get that. If you want to achieve something in the world, you will have that. And that you will have surely, says those eyes. Parbi, toke partei have. There are last lines of small poem, 6-line poem. You will achieve what you want. How can I achieve? I feel I am weak. I feel I lack so much. I lack concentration. I lack, my mind is diverted, is restless. We have Sri Ramakrishna amidst us. We have Holy Mother's blessing. Surely I can achieve that. Not only with my ability, but when we have the grace of Almighty God, then I am invincible. With that thought, just it comes. Grace comes, power comes, that we have to just try to absorb that. As Sri Ramakrishna said, grace of God is ever flowing. You have to catch that grace of God. Like the breeze ever flowing, boat is not crossing. Unfurl the sail, it will catch the breeze and boat will move on the river. Similarly, let us absorb the grace of God ever flowing. So that will happen when we are simple at heart and feel, yes, what we hear in the gospel, what we hear from the monks or from the friends saying that, yes, I have felt that God's grace in so many instances, so many examples we'll find in life from many people. There was one Arunima Sinha was her name. Amputated woman, girl, she wanted to scale Mount Everest. One leg is not there, prosthetic leg. Now, when she told about her dream to the people, she said she had become crazy. She was a volleyball player. She is crazy, people said. Because she could not become volleyball, now she cannot play, so she is dreaming something now, scaling the Mount Everest. She told her thing to Tata company. The person said, you have already conquered, I can feel. Only people have to see. Your determination shows that in this state you aspire for that. And she was finally went there, training was there, funding was there. And then she was climbing. Lot of problems. Slow speed, feet were not right. Oxygen could not be carried all. There was friction between prosthetic leg and the stump of this thing, foot. Friction, blood coming out, cold. It was very difficult. And her porter saw this climber. Often she's opening her bag and she's looking inside something. And the porter asked, Madam, what do you look often inside the bag? You open the bag and then close it again. What do you do? What is that for? And Arunima Sinha said, I have energy capsule there inside. And what was the energy capsule? Small photographs of Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swami Vivekananda. The strength that is coming, that she could absorb. And with that strength, that lady scaled and went to the top of Mount Everest. And her oxygen had finished. She felt she cannot go back. Many people give up their life while coming down. Her case was very difficult. Oxygen was already exhausted. Time took more than ordinary people do. Porter couldn't carry more than that. And she recorded in a phone and said to Porter, I will perhaps die on the way, but give this message to the people. They should always be energetic and have aspiration to achieve something, and they can do. She was that time also inspiring, thinking for the good of the people, thinking for how people will achieve their goal in life. And when that was done, she was coming. She found, that porter found one oxygen cylinder thrown on the way. And he went there and saw it was not empty. Generally people empty the throw. Someone was going up and it was excess and through. That was fitted. She came alive down and was able to tell this story to the people. And how this happened, energy capsule, Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swami Vivekananda. Grace that is coming, let us absorb that grace. They say, be like a dry sponge. If you are a wet sponge, you have already something, then you cannot absorb anything. That wet sponge is our ego. I know. How can there be only grace will do the things? There is rationality. Just you say that God is there, it happens. They are all absorbed, water already soaked sponge. Nothing new will go. If we are dry, we don't have ego, then we absorb the grace of God and progress. In whatever we want something success in the world, that will come. We want the ultimate success of God realization, that will come through the grace of God and our faith in God. That faith is strengthened when we are simple and we listen to the stories. Simplicity is straightforwardness in thought, word and action. What in thought, simplicity? Absence of deceit, envy, crookedness, etc. That is simplicity in thought. We have to be simple in thought. No crookedness. Very simple understanding, simple speaking, whatever is that we already understand. The simple person will speak only the truth. Maybe sometimes whatever is there, we are not too calculative and we can understand. Sri Ramakrishna is the example of simplicity. Holy Mother, Swami Vivekananda, they were so simple. Sri Ramakrishna said, once I was coming and something bit in my feet. And someone told, it must be snake, and if you let your foot, the place of biting by snake is bitten by the snake, it will suck the poison. So I was so simple that I went again and put my that part of my body, And then someone said, no, the snake has to bite in the same place. If it is little different, then you will not be saved. So I was so simple, he says. Holy Mother, simplicity. I don't know how many of you have seen hurricane lamp. In India, in villages we used to have. You have to pull it and chimney has to be brought out and the wick has to be increased and then again clean the chimney and put it back. And Holy Mother said, oh, this lady from this village is so smart. She can put the chimney in the hurricane lamp. That was a big complicated thing. Holy Mother's simplicity was that. One person just knew how to increase or decrease the size of the wick, size of the flame of the lamp. She is very expert. She can increase the wick of the lamp, she used to say. So simple-minded. Holy Mother comes to Sri Ramakrishna, first time. And Sri Ramakrishna says, which day you started from your home? After walking for 2 or 3 days, like many miles. Then says, oh, you started on Thursday. It is not a good day. You have to again restart your journey. No questioning. Oh, I worked so much for you and you are asking me to go back. What is this type of thing? Nothing. Goes back straight again back to Jairam Bhati. And on a good day again starts. Simplicity can give that much. No reasoning, no calculation, no doubt. That person becomes the Holy Mother. There might be sacrifice, there might be something, but pure belief in what her husband said, no argument. Husband has to be, of course, like Sri Ramakrishna. I don't say every one of us has to listen to what our husband says. Has to be pure and simple like Sri Ramakrishna. How to have simplicity in words or speech? Absence of taunt, censure, gossip, slighting others, etc. There are beautiful, in the Bhagavad Gita, it is said about the tapas, Vangmaya tapas, and there's Manasika tapas, there's Kaika tapas, all said this thing. And Anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyahitam chayat. That type of speech, which is without any taunt, you don't want to slight anyone, just plain thinking. Don't want to belittle anyone by your words. And don't want to censor somebody by round way. Gossiping, making some stories, that is also not a person of simplicity will do. So simplicity, the words should be, as the Gita says or Manusmriti says, is the words should be Satyam Priya Hitan Chayat. It should be truth, simplicity and truthfulness and purity go together. Truth, but what type of truth? Satyam cha nanritam bruyat. And the truth should be helpful. Anudvega karam vakyam. A truth should not disturb others. Satyam, Priya, Hitam. All these 4 qualities should be there. It should be agreeable, sweet, and beneficial. Do something good. Talk those talks. That becomes the speech of a simple person. So if we really want to practice this, you will find you are not speaking many things. Often we talk about ill about others. Did you see that person came there and was showing her ornaments? Did you see that person was so boastful, always criticizing others? So if we want to be simple, we have to stop talking like that and say only the good things. Oh, that lady came and prepared the bhoga fruit for Thakur so beautifully. That did you see the garlands that lady made was so wonderful. And how wonderful were the songs. That lady that sat beside me, so good vibes I was getting from her. Like that thing you always talk about the goodness of others. That becomes the speech of a simple guideless person. How to have in action the simplicity manifested? Plain living. Not much of snow. So, plain living. That is a sign of simplicity. Forthright and friendly behavior. Always good and friendly to others. Friendliness, again I say, comes when we feel the oneness with others. That is a sign of simplicity. As we're talking about how Sri Ramakrishna's simplicity, what is the example of simplicity? Sri Ramakrishna, how simple he was, yet tremendously intelligent. Often we confuse simplicity with crookedness, smartness with something calculation. It's not that. Simplicity and tremendous intelligence go together. Sri Ramakrishna is the example of tremendous intelligent, great psychologist, and yet so simple. Once he goes with our Girish Ghosh to a house. Girish Ghosh said, "You sit down, Baba, Father, you sit down there, I go upstairs." And he comes back and says, "You are here waiting for me, thank you, but please don't tell to my wife that we had come to this house." And Sri Ramakrishna's simplicity, he goes to the house of Girish Ghosh, it was Mathur Vishwas, Mathurnath, not Girish Ghosh, and goes to the house of Mathurnath and says to his wife, "You know, Mathur Babu went to that house, he went upstairs, I was waiting for him, he came down and he requested me not to tell you this." And who said this? How do we know this story? Sri Ramakrishna himself tells this story. I am simple like that. That is the simplicity of Sri Ramakrishna in everything. And the one, Mathur Babu was his Rasadar, was his person who used to take care of him, everything, whatever he needed, he used to supply. And when he heard this thing, he was not at all annoyed or angry. He just laughed, smiled. You cannot become angry with a simple person. You just love. You cannot become angry with a 5-year-old child. Even that be very naughty. You just love the child. That one becomes childlike when one is simple. Holy Mother's simplicity, we all know. Holy Mother's simplicity is her teachings are so simple, profound teaching in very simplest words. Unless one is simple, can one give such examples? In her teaching it says, "Many are known to do great work under the stress of some strong emotion, but a man's true nature is known by the manner by which he does his insignificant daily task." When you do, Swami Vivekananda later elaborates this thing, when you do huge works at the clapping of others, one can go in front of a cannon and give his life, because people are there admiring. But doing little thing, nobody is looking. Are you doing that perfectly? That is the sign of greatness. One who does little, small, unnoticed thing perfectly. That is the sign of spirituality, Holy Mother says. It is idle to expect that dangers and difficulties will not come. They are bound to come. But for a devotee, they will pass away like the water that flows under the breeze. If we want to be simple, we have to have faith in Holy Mother and Holy Mother's words when the difficulties come, that this will pass, this too shall pass. And Holy Mother gives the example, sitting on the breeze, how water passes under the breeze. Like that, difficult times will pass. How will it pass? God is there. Holy Mother is there. Didn't Holy Mother say, whenever you are in distress, just say to yourself, I have a mother. Just that will give you strength to endure all your difficulties. I have a mother and she will surely look after me. This trust and faith is strengthened when we are simple. We trust in God. In God we trust is the slogan of this country. But we have to feel that in heart. We trust in Holy Mother, in Sri Ramakrishna, in God, whatever our chosen ideal is. And God does help. God is always there to help. But these small difficulties, problems, challenges are the beauties of life everyone has to face. The important person, the spiritual person, the strong person is the one who is strong, standing when the challenges come to them. That is the sign of spirituality, that is the sign of faith in God, that is the sign of being simple and straightforward. As I said, some other examples of simplicity is Niranjanananda ji from Sri Ramakrishna life. Swami Sri Ramakrishna used to give the example, Niranjan I love because he is simple. Niranjan was working to earn money, and he said, I don't mind his earning money. He's earning money not for himself, but for his family. And he was very simple, Niranjanananda ji, in his attitude, in his behavior, in his talk. And it impressed Sri Ramakrishna. He said, simplicity, he gave the example. How Subodhananji was simple? Khoka Maharaj, the baby Maharaj. Khoka means baby in Bengali. And he was very simple in his attitude. Sri Ramakrishna said to him, go and mix with M or Mahendranath Gupta, the recorder of Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna, his guru, is saying to do something. And Subodhananji, Subodh Chandra Ghosh, young man, he says, why should I go to him? He is a householder, he has not renounced, he is not sannyasin. Simple, just he expresses that thing to his guru. And Sri Ramakrishna says, go there. He will only talk about here, what he has heard from here. Nothing he will talk about anything else. He is that evolved spiritual person, he is him. So that was his simplicity. Swami Subodhananji, Swami Vivekananda once was very happy with him. He had asked him to make some smoke prepared, and he prepared, and he was very happy, Swamiji. He said, Khoka, ask something. He said, what should I ask you? Sri Ramakrishna has given me everything. No, ask. Then he said, oh, if you want to give something, just give me the boon that I may not miss my cup of tea any day. That's what he's asking. How simplicity, nothing else, no other comfort. He loved tea. There were two brother monks. One was Subodhananda, who loved tea so much and thought tea is such a great thing that does good to health. Even to Sri Ramakrishna he said, if you drink tea, the throat cancer will be cured. Like that was his thing. And he made Sri Ramakrishna drink tea. Most senior. And Adhutanandaji's idea about tea was, it is bogus thing. You say, if you drink tea, you will have diarrhea, he used to say. And Subodhananda used to say, if you drink tea, every drop of tea will convert into blood in your body system. So it is so powerful, beneficial thing. And that he asked. And he later on said, to my surprise, someday happened that I didn't get tea for whole day. And just before going to bed, somehow or other, cup of tea was given to me. Thoughtfully, it was not expected, unexpectedly, because Swamiji had blessed that. Shiva came in the form of Swami Vivekananda. Shiva Swarupa Swami Vivekananda. Adhutananda ji. Every one of Thakur's disciples was the ideal of simplicity. How simple was Swami Adhutananda? Sri Ramakrishna said, don't go near that shop. And Adhutanandaji started going long route to go to the other place, because that shop was on the way. Not even other sidewalk, other footpath, but detour from other street he was to go. That was the simplicity of Swami Adhutananda. Sri Ramakrishna said, don't be lazy and take rest in the evening. This is the time to remember God, night time, evening time. Adhutanandaji's simplicity made him made him practice what Sri Ramakrishna. Every word of Sri Ramakrishna was Veda Vakya, the word of Vedas for Adbhutanandaji. Gave up sleeping at night. All night Japan, morning hours little sleep, whole life until his death. That is the power of simplicity going into the endeavor and endurance of bodily structure. Swami Brahmananda, another simple person, who had come to serve Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna said, can you make beetle rolls for me? He said, no, I can't make. I don't know how to make. Sri Ramakrishna said, what is there in making beetle roll? Take the beetle, take some spices and then roll it. He says, no, I can't do. That was the simple to Sri Ramakrishna. And this simplicity, this refusal to accept came from the relationship between Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Brahmananda, father and son. Brahmananda, for him 22 years old, he was like a child to Sri Ramakrishna. That's why he could refuse in his face. It was the deepest love that was expressing through the refusal. Don't our children sometimes say, we ask to do something, no, I can't do that. And we enjoy that. We don't get annoyed because of the relationship of love. Swami Vivekananda's simplicity, such a great world mover, and he was so simple, so much of faith and trust he had in human being. You must not lose the trust in the humanity, Swami Vivekananda said. Two persons in the West came and said, Swamiji, can you give us sannyasa? He didn't say Adhikari Vada, how is they doing, will they able to hold? Oh, they want something from me? Okay, I will give sannyasa. Give sannyasa. And later on, the Americans. Later on, one deserted, another also left. Like that was his simplicity, Swami Vivekananda. He had beautiful watch and one Tirath Ram in Lahore. He said, Swamiji, your watch is so beautiful. It was a gold watch given by someone. And Swamiji said, oh, you liked it? Take this. He said, no, it is yours. Just I liked and was praising. Then Swamiji forcibly kept, I want you to use, said the Tirath Ram. And Swamiji put that watch in his pocket and said, I will use this watch, but not in this pocket, but in this pocket. Oneness, love. That Tirath Ram became Ram Tirath, Swami Ram Tirath, and came to the US and spread the message of Vedanta. Wonderful monk. He was a professor in Lahore University. That is how simplicity, all these great monks were so simple. How to practice this simplicity? One is contentment with what we have. That will make us simple. Not desiring to have more things, not satisfied with what we have. We are always seeing something and asking more and more. So contentment, can we develop contentment with what we have? Simple living and high thinking. Contentment with what we have. Whenever we feel like having something more, just by seeing people visit Costco. And 2-person family, 1-person family, small family, bringing so huge amount of things because they all are sold in big, huge bundles. But seeing something, oh, this is good, you buy. So like that we often do when we see the things. Window shopping, dangerous. Our all wishes come to buy the thing. Can we say to our mind, I don't need this jacket now. I don't need these shoes. What I have is enough for this winter. Can we resist that? Can we practice contentment with what we have? When we need, we will buy, not now. This is how to practice simplicity. Discernment between need and want. Differentiating. This is I need, and that is just a desire coming. Watching our desire. Whatever we need, that we will accept. What is just a desire of the mind to grab something, to possess something? No, I don't need that. That is a sign of growing simplicity, simple. Shun addictions. What we are used, can we shun addictions? Sometimes they say addiction is not only in the thing that we intake through our mouth, but through our eyes. And they say if you want to stop addiction, the serial that you say every day, that in the TV, some news, something, and can you practice that one day in a week? I won't watch this. Strength of mind is developed. As we do fasting one day, some Ekadashi or some Purnima or some other Saturday, Friday, and I won't eat today. We don't know what the religious benefit is there, apart from our religious merit. One is the strength of mind that you can say to yourself, I can resist this. I am not slave to have food every day. If I want, I can skip food one day. If I want, I can skip watching this TV one day. Or anything that I feel addicted, I can skip that. That strength of mind is a sign of simplicity. One was avoid debts. Don't buy everything in debts. Here in the West, we always use the debts and credit card for everything, but as less as we could do. And because only you have to swipe the credit card, you don't have to pay money, and you think that will happen, so people go on buying more. So avoid using credit cards unnecessarily everywhere. So avoid debts. If you have debt in the credit card, try to pay as soon as possible. One Swami said, I have a credit card, but credit card company are not happy with me. Lot of debts? No, just opposite of that. Whenever I use credit card, I immediately pay. And the credit card company has to rely on having that interest. They are not getting interest. Like that, trying to have no debt, debt-free life. Be humble. That is another sign of simplicity. Humility can be practiced. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishnuna amanina manadena kirtaniya sadahari. Always sing the glory of God. Always repeat the name of God. Always be in union with God and lead a life of very humble life like the grass. Be humble, humbler than the grass, and have the fortitude and the strength like a tree. And don't seek honor for yourself. Don't seek. It is not needed. It is very flimsy thing to be honored, to be respected. Don't seek that. But learn to honor everyone else. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, incarnation of God, said to us. When we follow this, we will definitely become simple. And the last is firm faith in God as our greatest lover and ultimate protector. Sri Krishna said, Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam saranam vraja aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. Don't be afraid, don't worry, no anxieties, I am there with you. But what you have to do is, you have to have total surrender to me. You have to have 100% faith in me. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam saranam vraja. Be devoted to me, surrender to me, and know that I am there always with you. Have this faith. And when I say it is not something I have made, it is truth. God is there always with you, says Sri Krishna. Aham tva sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami. I will deliver you from all sins, all karma phalas, all worries and anxieties. If we rely on God, worries and anxieties are all gone. Where will they go? Who will they take care? God will take care. One person was going in the train and having the load on his head. People asked, why are you carrying this? He said, no, I have to carry this to my home. I will be getting down in another station. He said, you don't have to take this on your head. Put on the train. But I want to carry this. I want to take this. Oh, train will carry for you. God is that ship or train who carries all our anxieties and worries and needs. He will deliver everything that we need in life. As Sri Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita, that Yoga Kshemam Vahamyaham. Whatever you need and whatever you have will be protected and will be supplied. These are the words of God. They are not just saying stoka vakya, just to give a simple like the freedom, but these are the true words. if we, that condition is there, condition applies, no? Ananyas chintayanto mam. We have to think of God without always and with one pointedness. Rely on God, and God is there always for our help. And God will give us strength. God will give us simplicity. God will make us realize God. God will make us pass our exam in this life and attain the freedom. Aprapya bodhim bahukalpa durlabham. We are to get like Buddha got in that incarnation. We will be able to get in this very life by the grace of Sri Ramakrishna. Only we need to strive for that. We need to have trust in him, and we need to practice simplicity in our life. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your beautiful explanation on simplicity. Beautifully, Maharaj explained what is simplicity, what is the characteristics and significance of simplicity, how can we attain or achieve this excellent quality of simplicity, and by holding only to God. Sri Ramakrishna used to say sometimes a childlike simplicity, a 5-year boy. So 5-year boy, what is the characteristics of 5-year boy? Sri Ramakrishna gave example. They fight, The moment they fight, the next moment they hug each other. So immediate they forget the angriness or any rivalry. Then when they move from one place to another place, they immediately forget the old friends, they have new sets of friends. So if we go through this kind of example he gave, so they build a beautiful sand house, and one moment they dismantle it or they just break it. They want to get some very costly things, but you give some ball, immediately 5 cents one ball, or he have the shirt of $500, it is example, $500 shirt, he can easily throw $500 shirt for a 5-cent ball. Sri Ramakrishna gave this kind of simplicity. So the point is this, what Swami Kripamayananda ji said, first faith on God. Again and again Swami Kripamayananda said, faith on God. And second thing is this, forget the past. Swami Vivekananda said one beautiful thing. I again and again, still I am reflecting on that. It is in the Inspired Talk. Swami Vivekananda said, train your brain in such a way that it should not read the report. Train your brain in such a way that it must not read the report. What we are doing, what we are seeing, it has a report, So it write the report. Train your brain in such a way that it must not read the report. Every action is good, every reaction is unhappiness. Every action is happiness, every reaction is unhappiness. It's a very simple thing. So what I think that what Maharaj said, that faith on God and don't reflect. Don't reflect, only action. No procrastination. Only action, no procrastination. All our crookedness comes from this procrastination. A simple boy, Swamiji gave this example. A boy, a small kid, he wants to put his hand in the fire. This is action. He loves it. But when he puts his hand in the fire, the reaction is terrible. So every reaction is bad. But he is happy to put his hand in the fire. Action is good. Reaction is bad. Unhappiness. So concentrate on action. Plan your action in a perfect way by emphasis on the means of the action, but don't brood over the reaction. Brooding, procrastination are the sign of crookedness. Simplicity, only action, straight. Live in the present and no reaction. All our angriness, all our crookedness is nothing but the reaction. Action has done, you become angry. You are planning. All these are after effect. See, angry. How can you angry if something is not there? When something will happen, then you will become angry. When something will happen, then you will become sad. If nothing is happening, how you will become sad? So all our sadness, happiness, angriness, everything is nothing but reaction. These are not action. And Maharaj very beautifully started his talk by saying different good things of San Francisco. Different good things of San Jose. Maharaj, humbly I would like to add two things with your list. One is this San Jose, the soil of San Jose is blessed by the feet dust of two direct disciples. One is Swami Turiyanandaji. He went to Shanti Ashram from San Jose. He stayed San Jose here and then he went. The first feet dust San Jose is bearing Swami Turiyanandaji. Second, Swami Abhedanandaji. Swami Abhedanandaji came in San Jose and he stayed for 3 days. And he actually held a press conference. And that report is there, Maharaj, newspaper report. So, San Jose is blessed by the feet dust of two direct disciples, Swami Turiyanandaji and Swami Abhedanandaji. Thank you very much, Maharaj, for your beautiful lecture and for accepting our invitation and request to come here in your extremely busy schedule and for delivering this lecture for the benefit of us, the devotees. And I am sure that again and again, the more and more, we listen to these things, the more benefited we will be. Sri Ramakrishna often repeated the same thing. And his nephew, Hriday is saying, why are you repeating the same teachings again and again? You have already told them the things, again you are repeating this. He said, I am repeating what you have. He said, stupid, I am repeating what Why are you thinking about that? It is because Sri Ramakrishna knew that the household devotees, they have to listen the lessons again and again because they will forget. So we have to, although it is in the scripture, Sravana Manana Nididhyasana, we have to listen to it again and again, we have to reflect, and then we have to meditate. But unfortunately, it is not our fault. It is the society, the pressure, society's pressure. So we sometimes forget, we have a lot of, obligations, duties, so we forget. So this is the opportunity. You should come and you should listen to it again and again, again and again. Who knows? At one time it flashes. Some new insight you will get in your mind. It is not that some new things, but insight will come from inside. Who knows? One simple word, one simple expression, one simple body language can change the whole life. I offer my pranam to Maharaj again and to you also for attending this special lecture.